All right, Mr. Ron Young from PennDot is here patiently waiting on the phone for
yes,
it.
He has,
you still there, Ron?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thanks for hanging in there. Listen, serious subject. We wonder if you have any information at all about the backup on 78. We've been hearing about an eastbound 78 backup out toward into Berks County, I guess.
Yeah, it's close to the Kutztown area, and there were some stuck tractor trailers. We're working on currently getting them removed and have the people who are out there in the traffic moved also. We have the trucks moved off the highway soon. There's not a lot of people out there because the Governor Rendell took the action earlier today to close the highway. But there are some people there who are waiting patiently, and we appreciate that for emergency people and our people to help get the tractor trailers that are stuck off the road. These are type of tractor trailers that shouldn't have been on there to begin with, but we're helping them out.
Now, is this around the same area where we had that problem 3 years ago on 78 when they had that major backup?
It's the same general stretch, but it's not anywhere near like the storm in February 2007 was. It's a different type of storm to begin with, and there's nowhere near the traffic out there because Governor Rendell took a preemptive action to close the highway.
Yeah, well, people sometimes in their frustration, especially if they're among the few who are out there, will write in a note and say, oh, here we go, Valentine's Day, 07, all over again. But it was nothing of that scale at all.
No, right? That's not the case. And these people shouldn't have been driving today unless it was an extreme emergency. So with that being said, we're doing our best to get them cleared out and off the highway.
And I guess is that the point of what the governor's doing, apart from just general safety issues? This way you have clear sailing across all these interstates with your plows.
Correct. It makes it easier for us to continue treating the road. And again, that stretch of highway, the whole stretch of 78 in Pennsylvania has a lot of hills on it. And if you have a tractor trailer, especially one that has an empty trailer on it, they could easily get stuck. And then once you have a tractor trailer stuck or jackknife, you're basically taking out either half the capacity of the road or all of it and closing it. So Governor took the action early to close Interstate 78 and several other interstates to avoid these type of problems.
I know, Ron, you may not know anything about this. It's a shot-in-the-dark question because there are municipal plows, obviously, besides the PennDot equipment. But we showed a picture a little while ago of a plow that caught fire in Berks County. You don't have any information about that incident?
I do not. I do not believe it was one of ours, or I would have been notified of it. But I hope whoever it was, that the driver was okay.
Yeah, we're still pursuing information on that.
Is there any word on when the interstates will be open again for drivers? If the storm stops at some point later tonight, does it look like the 78 would be open as soon as the storm stops, as soon as your plows can get on it? Or is this something that we're talking about maybe not until tomorrow morning?
The people at the Emergency Management Agency, along with PennDOT officials and the governor's staff, will continue to monitor the situation, and they'll make that call when they feel it's safe.
All right, Ron, thank you so much for the update, and keep up the good work. And reminding you, Schuylkill County has declared a disaster emergency, and of course, in general, across our whole viewing area, as the snow comes down and continues to blow, the interstates are closed. A good stretch of I-81, but 78 and 83, they are closed, and 176 in Berks County closed, and you're not supposed to be on them.
That's right, and because of that disaster emergency in Schuylkill County, residents are being urged to stay home. Not only Schuylkill County either. Other counties are may have not made it official, but they're also urging people to stay home. Roadways are becoming impassable. As Rob mentioned, 81 is closed. We're now told that Route 61 is closed between the Schuylkill Mall in Frackville and the Walmart in St. Clair.
And 61 is closed between the Renninger's Market in North Manheim Township and the Berks County line, just so you know. In New Jersey, 3 towns have declared states of emergency: Phillipsburg, Pohatcong, and Alpha Borough. They are all ordering non-essential vehicles off the roads.
And this order isn't about parking, it's about driving. Authorities don't want any non-essential driving on the roads in those 3 towns of Phillipsburg, Pohatcong, or the Alpha Borough. They just want people off the roads altogether.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious business out there. So if you don't have to be out and about in a car, just don't.
That's right. Now, I'm sure Vern Anderson up there in the traffic center is going to agree with us on that one. You've been keeping an eye on the roads, and I'm guessing they're not getting any better, Vern.
Absolutely. We are keeping an eye on the roads right now, and things are rather tricky out there, as a matter of fact. Well, we put our microphone on so we can talk to you here. Let's take a look at the roadways. We have been making the calls, talking to some people. You can see visibility seriously down Route 33 at I-78, 78 at Morgan Hill. Visibility very poor. What we heard earlier in the day from the governor was that he was going to be closing some roadways around the area. He has done so, and it seems like a good plan. Right now, the best bet is to stay out of the way of the road crews and emergency crews that are out there right now. That's the best thing you can do. Actually, to quote the governor from earlier, for your safety, do not drive. You risk your life and potentially the lives of others if you get stuck on the highways or the roadways. Some of the things we do have going on, we will summarize some of the closures we have for you that back up on I-78 Greenwich Township. Still looking into that with the disabled tractor trailers, but nothing major. The state police are there. We've heard reports that possibly some National Guard are going to assist in that situation as well. I-78 eastbound near Lenhartsville, that's exit 35. Some closings we do have: the Schuylkill Expressway closed, I-476 closed, 176 and 676. Also, I-81 closed from the Maryland border up to I-80. Closings also, Wendy and Rob just went over the state of emergency in Schuylkill County. Best bet, stay off your roads. As we're just panning through these cameras, you can see some people are driving. People are out there. We got some reports from folks that were on 22. Basically one lane in each direction, traffic traveling at about 25 miles per hour. It is open in both directions. Now, another thing, people have been questioning, why are we still seeing traffic on I-78? Here's the thing. In New Jersey, I-78 is still open. We did talk with the New Jersey State Police. They told us basically that the conditions on I-78 in New Jersey are very, very poor right now. You can still drive into Pennsylvania from New Jersey. However, once you get off anywhere in Pennsylvania, you're not getting back on I-78. So that's something we will keep an eye on throughout the afternoon as well. Also, Bethlehem Township, Route 33 South is closed between US 22 and I-78, 222 in Upper Macungie, that tractor-trailer accident. 309 in South Whitehall Township, we've got a disabled tractor-trailer at Ridgeview Road. 422 in Amity Township, Berks County, multiple disabled tractor trailers. 61 pretty much closed down throughout most of, if not all, of Schuylkill County. That is pretty much what we're seeing throughout the area. Some disabled vehicles. The major roadways are getting taken care of by PennDOT. By majors, we mean 22, 78, 33, 476. Side roads, Shanersville Road, you can see it is maybe a lane, some traffic getting by there. Also 512 and 22. Again, by the time you get down to the secondary streets, that's where travel just becomes extremely, extremely treacherous. And if you don't need to go out, absolutely, please stay inside. We will keep you up to date throughout the afternoon with the latest traffic information. But for now, that's the latest from the 69 News Traffic Center. Back to you.
All right, Vernon. We thought what you brought up there is a really interesting point, that we were wondering how people were getting on 78, and you kind of clued us in there that they're coming from New Jersey.
It's more than likely traffic coming through New Jersey, or people that were out there and just stuck and getting back on the road. But for the most part, it appears that traffic's coming from Jersey.
And so they're not prohibiting that traffic from doing so. So once you're on, you could cruise through the Lehigh Valley on 78?
Correct. You can continue to drive on 78. What we heard from New Jersey State Police was they are not stopping traffic into Pennsylvania. So you can continue to drive as far as you want, but once you get off, don't expect to get off and turn around. So you're not heading back on 78.
Right, and some of those off-ramps we're hearing are obviously tricky because of the jackknifed tractor trailers blocking some of the spots, so that could be a problem.
We've heard a number of reports of jackknifed tractor trailers, abandoned vehicles off of some of the exit ramps, really just making travel treacherous. A couple of snowplows stuck in Hamburg. I think there was also a tractor trailer stuck on one of the off-ramps in Hamburg. It's really just advisable, don't go out right now. Just stay out of their way.
All right. Thanks, Vern, for clearing that up, the 78 situation.
Thank you.
That was very interesting. All righty. Now to Pam Cunningham in Reading, 2nd and Court Streets, outside our 69 News offices there, where snow's been gathering on her hat last we saw Pam. Hi, Pam.
Yeah, it just keeps on coming. It doesn't want to stop. But I wanted to tell you that Trooper Maloney from Berks County, he's out of the Pennsylvania State Police, called into the 69 newsroom and told us that they've actually borrowed Humvees from the National Guard so that they can get around in this storm. And he is saying that no one should be on the road unless they're first responders. And if you do decide to go out and that you do get stuck, expect for them to have a significant delay before they can reach you. This snow is just coming down nonstop. I want to show you what we did earlier today. About an hour ago, we were out here and we had shoveled an area out here on the sidewalk. If you take a look, this was out on Court Street. This is video from earlier. And we wanted to show you how much work lies ahead of you once you venture outside. Getting down to the cement took several tries, and while we were digging it out, the snow just keeps on persisting. The snow is heavy and wet and much different from the light, fluffy snow we had out on Saturday. But this this 1-2 punch of these storms is just making those leftover piles of snow even bigger. Now, to demonstrate how fast the snow is accumulating, we wanted to make sure we took out the 69 News Storm Stick. The conditions out here make visibility very difficult. Plows are out but can't keep up with the accumulation, and cars can't get through either. We're seeing tires spinning because they can't get traction with the road. And for the people who decide not to drive, they're walking in the streets, which might make the hike easier to get to where you want to go, but not necessarily safer. Cars are forced to drive around those walkers, which becomes difficult when you can't see very well and you're having little control of your car. They can't get much traction on the roads because there's just so much snow out here. Now, let me show you what we did earlier. We shoveled. This was the spot. I don't know if you can see it right now. This is the spot that we shoveled. It's completely blanketed. So we're going to take our storm stick and show you. In an hour, we've got 2 inches. So this snow is unbelievable. It just keeps on coming down. It's pelting us in the face. It's making visibility very, very difficult. And now it's just not a suggestion. Berks County State Police are saying, don't go out. And if you do, they're not going to have, it's going to take them a while to get to you. So they're saying only first responders on the road, and that's probably really good advice. Reporting live in Reading, Pam Cunningham, 69 News.
All right. Thank you so much, Pam.
Thanks for the update. All righty. Only the highest of technology, too, the 69 News Storm Stick. Hey, 2 inches an hour is what Ed has been talking about.
That's a pretty good clip.
It is a very good clip. We saw that in the eastern area a little bit earlier, and there in Reading as well. It is really coming down, and some very serious information from the state police. They called our office, as Pam said, to tell people that you may not get help if you get out and get stuck. So it's best that you don't try going out on the roads if you can help it. Obviously, emergencies are a different situation. Little good news is also coming in from some of our crews in Berks County, where there has been that I-78 backup. We have a crew that's quite close to that backup in Greenwich Township, and they're reporting to us that they're seeing a few disabled tractor trailers, but no more backed up cars behind the tractor trailers.
And that's good.
So just the trucks are stuck. Apparently they've gotten everybody off the highway.
Yes, and that is good news considering what we saw a few years ago.
Yes.
All right.
All right, back to our Stephanie Esposito, who, when last seen, was hopping on some kind of a vehicle and flying off into the sunset. And, but we have found her. Steph?
Hey, Robin Wendy. I actually did get on the back of that snowmobile. It was my very first time. That thing was really fast. And I'll tell you, since the last time I talked to you, the traffic has thinned out considerably. There really aren't as many people on the road, unless, of course, they have some type of a snowmobile. This is my friend Darren here. He's been out here for about a half an hour. Darren, tell me, are you even having fun out here right now?
Oh, it's a blast, yeah. You got to be on something like this, on a car or truck. You know, it's getting hard to drive now, even with the visibility. It's really hard to see. The wind's really kicking up. I think it's about time to park it.
Yeah. How do you do that? I mean, I know you have the windscreen there in your face, but are you able to see where you're going? Are you?
Not far. Like you say, with the snow blowing like this, visibility is pretty darn bad.
Okay. And this is two-wheel drive, you were telling me. So if the snow gets much deeper, I mean, how long do you think you'll be able to have a good time out here?
Hopefully there'll be a plow truck coming by soon, so, I can keep going, but they're getting stuck today, too, so.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of trucks out with plows right now, and this guy's sliding all over the road, so go home, be safe, warm up, and thank you so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it, Darren. Yeah, you too. Now, as you can see, I'm standing in about knee-deep snow here. I'm going to walk back over to my own little personal cooler over here. I am trying to keep hydrated, stay healthy, even though there's a snowstorm. So I have my own little refrigerator section right here by the telephone pole, trying to be creative and inventive. Where we are located, it's a pretty good location. We've got a convenience store here, a Wawa across the street, and a hotel on the other side. There's a Dunkin' Donuts, and the Dunkin' Donuts actually closed because I guess they weren't getting as many visitors today, not too many people out on the roads, but before they closed, they were nice enough to bring us some munchkins. We went over to the hotel and talked to some people there. It seems that people have been extending their stays. Some people are trapped there. We talked to a few people from Europe who will be here. They're stuck until Saturday. So that's just what this snowstorm snowstorm has been doing, local impact here. I asked what the people are doing at the hotel to keep themselves busy, and one gentleman was joking with me and said, there's going to be a baby boom in 9 months. The electricity's going out locally. There's not too much else to do. So it's really, people are having a good time with it. They're out on their snowmobiles. They're making jokes. They're being very kind and doing acts of kindness, bringing over warm drinks and donuts for us. So it's a great day out here. It's cold, it's blustery, but I'll tell you, if you've got to be outside, at least have a good attitude. So everybody's got a pretty good attitude we've been bumping into today, and things have been really great. So live in Quakertown, I'm Stephanie Esposito. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, Steph, we can see that there's still cars and things moving behind you. Have you seen any trouble, or are the cars moving okay? I saw a plow go through. No doubt that helped.
You know what? For a while, I didn't see any cars at all. Now I'm seeing a couple here and there. And actually, while I was talking to my friend Darren, people who are making this left-hand turn here seem to be swerving all over the road. And it's funny to me because I see these people coming down and they're not even slowing down. Certain people, I guess, think they're confident with their four-wheel drive, and that's a good thing to have. But I got to tell you, people, this is not a regular snowstorm. You've got to slow down. You've got to be cautious. There may not be a lot of other people on the road, but there are telephone poles and, other things that you could possibly hit. So just be smart if you are out there, because I am starting to see a little bit of danger out here, so just be cautious.
The picture behind you tells the whole story, Steph. Actually, they just moved on through, but there was 2 or 3 cars and a snowmobile all going crisscross at the intersection.
Yeah.
So that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
So why don't you take a few steps back from the curb there, just in case, and get yourself in a safe spot.
I'm going back to the truck.
Good idea.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Steph.
Thanks a lot, Stephanie.
Okay, let's get a look at the region now. We're going to go back out to some of our reporters, and she's a new look for us.
Sunglasses.
I like it, Steph.
That's really not fun.
What's with the sunglasses?
Oh, Robin, Wendy, I am out here. I'm not in denial. I'm just wearing the sunglasses because I'm in my happy place. I got to tell you, I'm not standing in a foot of snow. I'm like on a beach somewhere with my sunglasses. I'm warm. I'm trying my best to stay positive here. But honestly, I'm wearing the sunglasses because the wind is so intense. It's blowing in my eye. I can't even see. It's very sharp and cold cutting across my face. So that's why I'm wearing the sunglasses. But it is extremely cold out here. I think my photographer thinks that I've lost my mind. She's over here laughing at me behind the camera. But let's go back to our little experiment that I was doing. I have my little refrigerator over here. I have a little bottle of water that I was trying to keep cold. It's not frozen yet, but I've got it over here in about 2 feet of snow. It's doing pretty good, but still not frozen. The roads are about the same as the last I talked to you about maybe about a half an hour ago, and there are still some brave souls that are out here. They are all over the place, though. Those who are daring enough, I don't know if you want to say brave at this point. I don't know if it's brave. There's a fine line, but there are people out here. They're swerving all over the place, and it's just been some really tough conditions. But there are still a lot of people on their snowmobiles and their quads. And the conditions are just intensely, they're just getting worse and worse. I honestly, we've been out here since 1 o'clock, and I think that right now is the coldest and the worst that it's been. Just the wind, and we're standing over where it's been plowed, so it's obviously much higher than what we've actually gotten. But if I stand in the middle of this, I'm easily past my knees in snow. So quite a bit of snowfall that we have here, and even more to come. So all of you lucky people who get to be inside, have a nice warm drink, snuggle up and read a book and stay in there. Do not come out on these roads. I know the authorities from all across the tri-state area have even been saying to stay inside. These roads are not good. We still see the people out here, though. So just be very, very cautious. I'm going to throw it back to you guys in the studio.
Hey, well, the convenience stores where you are on both sides of the highway are open, so people head out to get their stuff, right?
I guess so. I mean, everybody must have somewhere to go, whether they're going to work or they're out of milk and bread or whatever. Actually, I see someone over here. I don't know what he's doing, shoveling in the middle of the road. But people are out here. They have things to do. They have motivations and reasons to be out here. So if you do have to be out here, just be extremely, extremely cautious. I've seen way too many people going off the road.
Right.